this is my PasturePro line posts. Just wanted to show you guys what I'm using in my fence. So I built a 5-wire high tensile electric fence, and I've got wood corner posts and wood line boss posts, which is pretty standard for high tensile fence. But what I've used is this kind of not very well known product called PasturePro. What it is a composite, they call it like oriented strand. It's not fiberglass, it's actually got wood in it, but it's this composite. You can kind of see here on the top where I've pounded it in the fibers. And the neat thing about these is that one, they are not conductive. So you can see here my electric wires are able to connect without an insulator with these cotter pins. And I'll show you how that works in a second. But you drive them just like T-posts. I start them with a mallet, and then I finish with a post pounder. These posts are 6 feet, and I've pounded them down to 53 inches, and go super slick. They're pointed at the bottom. Actually, I just pounded a couple of these today. It's the 25th of March, and we still have some frost in the ground. Actually, I'd say about a good 18 inches of frost, and I was able to pound these down and through no problem. But what I do is I start by laying these out, and I lay a line at the bottom, basically the level of the dirt, and then the lines that the heights of my wires, pound it down to the line, and then drill with just a wireless drill, a cordless drill. I think it's a 3/16 or a 1/4 inch hole, and that allows me to thread these cotter pins that are aluminum with the wire. And then what you can do is you just take these and bend them around like this and around all the way. That keeps it from rotating the pin. And you just got to make sure you get the tail further back so that it's not like a sharp spot or something. You know, if something came rubbing down the fence for some reason, you don't want it to wound an animal. So you just bend it through, and just like that, I mean, it's no trouble at all. And you know, you can put one of these posts in just a few minutes of pounding. And I've done it 2 ways. I've drilled the holes head, and I've drilled them. I pounded and then drilled. I guess it just kind of depends what you like. You could probably try both ways. But by pounding it first and then drilling, you don't have to worry about trying to keep your holes, you know, perpendicular to your fence. So it maybe takes a little bit of work out of that. So I'm really happy with the posts. I obviously don't have a ton of experience. This is just the, you know, I just installed them. This post actually has been out here since last July. I mean, it looks fantastic still, obviously. And they come with a 20-year warranty from the manufacturer for workmanship and materials. So they're supposed to last 20 years, which is probably on par or better than what you'd get from a steel T-post. Overall, super happy. And just to give you an idea, you know, they've got a little bit of flex to them, but it's not like you could, you know, tip this fence over. You'd have to worry about a cow or a horse, you know, just walking right over this fence, especially with being electric, you know. So according to the manufacturer, you can space these fence posts at 30 feet, maybe a bit more if you were on a good flat ground. With the wood line boss posts, every, I forget if it was 800 or 1500. I'd have to check the manufacturer site, but you know, they can go a long ways, and they're not terribly expensive relative to other fence posts. These 6-foot posts were right at about $6. And they come in, I think everything from like 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5. I think they once they hit 4 feet, they might go in 1 foot increments up to 6. So I picked up a good pile of these 6-foot posts for putting in my exterior fence lines like this, and then I picked up some shorter, either 4 or 5 foot, it might be even 4.5, for the interior paddock divide fences, so I can use those to run the dividers there. They should stand up to pulling them up and moving around if I have to, but ultimately I'm hoping that I can just pound in those and leave them fairly long term. So like I said, the name of these is PasturePro. That's the brand. They are behind the scenes. They're owned by a company called Kencove, Kencove, Kencove. They're a fencing and livestock supply company. So they have a number of regional suppliers. Supposedly you can find them in some stores, but not here in Minnesota. So I had to order these through the mail. I was able to get free shipping by ordering enough of them. So check out their website at PasturePro and see where you can find them around you. Because I really do recommend, just based on my experience as far, checking this product out, see if it's something that you can use in your own fencing if you're going to do high tensile. So that's about all I have to say about these posts, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they do once we get cattle here in the pasture. It won't be too long. So everybody, I hope you have a great day.